ज्ञानचक्षुः चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। संसारदुःखजलदस्य पतितस्य कामः क्रोधाद्यनक्रमक्रकवलीकृतस्य दुर्वासनस्य निगृहीतस्य निराश्रयस्य चैतन्यचन्द्रमम देहि पदावलम्बम् चैतन्यचन्द्रमम देहि पदावलम्बम् आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाम्य दिव्यछविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। वागीश यस्य वदने लक्ष्मीर्यस्य वक्षसि यस्यस्ते हृदये संवित् तं नरसिंहं भजे। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्ये क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्न वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री भजन रहस्य बाय शिला भक्तिनो ठाकुर। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगा वरायते। Yesterday we heard about Nyas. Just to brief, the deity of the mantra is my protector. This conviction is called Nyas. So we heard in detail about this. It is true that success can be attained by uttering the mantra one time only. Nonetheless, the mantra is uttered 10 or 108 times for the pleasure of the mantra devta. This is also called Nyas. So Nyas have two meanings, and we heard in detail yesterday. Third point, I'm just trying to finish this chapter, which we are trying from last 1 year. It's not happening. So I want to finish this till Monday so we can go further. Anyhow, the next point is Prapatti. Prapatti means surrenderness. I take shelter of the lotus feet of the mantra devta. This is called Prapatti. So Amrish Maharaj, being king of the whole planet, but he engaged all his senses in the service of the senses of Lord. Save mana Krishna padar vindyo vachamshi vaikunt gunanuvarnai karor hari mandir mardaneshu, etc. He was engaging all his senses in serving the senses of Lord. But kamacha dase na tu anye kama kamai. He was performing all these activities to attain the servitor of Lord, to become a servitor of Lord, to serve him more and more and more, not for any other reason. This is called taking shelter of the lotus feet of the mantra devata, expressing that whatever activities I am doing is just to please you and to take shelter of your lotus feet. So in our daily practices, whatever spiritual activity we perform, the only one motive in the mind. If there is any other motive in the mind, then there is a deviation. As the example of Sri Dhruv Maharaj from Bhagavatam, we heard yesterday, right, in our program, but I didn't conclude it. the essence of Dhruv Maharaj because it was late. Dhruv Maharaj is teaching by his own example. Even though receiving mantras from a very high class guru, who is Jagat Guru Naraji, and Dhruv Maharaj was in Braj Mandal, Madhuban, while he was performing austerities. So the foundation is so strong. Guru like Naraji, and the place of austerities is Braj Mandal, Madhuban, one of the prominent forests. But still, the desire in his heart, the material motivation in his heart, he was driven by that. And this shows the example, सेके जन पाल करे उपशाखा बढ़ी जाए, स्तब्ध होए मूल शाखा बाढ़ीते न पाए. When Gurudev gives mantra, plant the seed of bhakti in the heart. And by every day watering that plant with shravan and kirtan, hearing and chanting, the creeper grows, the creeper of bhakti grows. But something is there to look after, and that is the weeds, which also comes along with the plant. So gardener, he takes out those weeds out. Otherwise, all our endeavors of water, sunlight is taken away by the weeds, and the plant gets stagnant. Similarly, we have so many desires in our heart, and by sincerely chanting and mantras, taking shelter, refuge of mantra devta, those weeds, unwanted desires get nourished, and our bhakti creeper gets stagnant there. Therefore, in that process, it's also very important to take out the weeds in parallel to looking after the plant. That's also a very important point. Dhruv Maharaj was carrying this desire in his heart. So his desires got fulfilled. If right in the beginning he would have 100% taken shelter of Sri Naraji, not only receiving mantra, but also asking Naraji, am I doing good? There's a desire in my heart, and for that purpose, I'm going in forest to perform penances. But there was no inquiry like that. He was only happy and satisfied to receive mantra. Therefore, a disciple should ask one's Gurudev, if you think I'm doing wrong, you have all rights to correct me. This is called surrendering to Guru. The surrender to Krishna is followed by first surrendering to Guru. Asking. How to ask? Krishna is giving this advice in Bhagavad Gita. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashna sevaya updeshanti te jnanam jnanincha samdarshanam. What is the vidhi? What is the process? Tad vidhi pranipatena. First of all, paying obeisances. Then performing seva. And then pariprashna. Means not prashna. Not just inquiry, but pariprashna. Inquiry with inquisitive and humble mood. Not that, how dare you say it like that, Gurudev? That's not the way. Humble and with inquisitive nature. That's the vidhi explained by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So Dhruv Maharaj is Sakam Bhakta. There are four kind of person. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, four kind of person approach me. provided if they have some sukritis. Otherwise, they don't approach me. They go to demigods or they go to some other person. But those who have sukritis, they come to me. What are four categories? Arth, one who is in distress. Artharthi, one who is material motivated. Jigyasu, one who is inquisitive. And Jnani, one who is learned. Four kind of person approach me if they have sukritis. If they don't have sukriti, they don't come to me. Dhruv Maharaj is example of artharthi, material motivated. As we heard, Dhruv Maharaj's renunciation was not Krishna being the center. The purpose of his penances in the forest was to satisfy his demands, not to attain Krishna. That was not the purpose. So right in the beginning, we have to set up our goal. Why I have to take initiation, why I have to chant, why I have to serve, we need to know this. Dhruv Maharaj, all important topics in Srimad Bhagavatam, they are giving us a teaching, one lesson. And from Dhruv Maharaj, we are getting this lesson. Be careful right in the beginning. The mantras are very strong. Guru is very high, realized soul. And no matter if we perform bhajan in America or in Vrindavan or somewhere else, although there is some difference. But in true sense, what is our intent to take initiation? What is my intent to worship Krishna? That is most important, right in the beginning. But nothing to worry about. Krishna also further saying in Srimad Bhagavatam, Akamo sarva kamova moksha kamodarihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajanti purusham param. Anyone with desire or anyone without desire or anyone with the desire of liberation, even seeking liberation, approach me, I fulfill all their desires. When he say I will fulfill all the desires, it's not same with everyone. Those who are material motivated, those who are no any material motivation, and those who are seeking liberation, and those who want bhakti. Krishna reciprocation, Krishna does not reciprocate equally to them. Not equally. The desires can be fulfilled, but Krishna stays far from us. But those who wants bhakti, Krishna always get inclined towards them. Because this is what he wants, this is what he's expecting, and this is what he likes. Bhagavatam says, Na sadhyeti mam yogo, na sankhya dharma uddhava, na yogas tapastyago, yatha bhaktir mamorjita. I cannot be controlled by those who following the process of Sankhya Yoga. I'm not happy and get controlled by those who follow the process of Hatha Yoga or with any kind of austerities, etc. As I'm controlled with the process of Bhakti. Bhakti reva nayati, bhakti reva darshati, bhakti vasha purusho, bhakti reva bhuyasi. Only it is bhakti, devotion, which takes one's towards to Krishna. And there's only bhakti which can control Krishna. And Krishna can only be received or seen by bhakti yoga. So there is no harm if Krishna is inclined towards bhaktas. This is what his liking is. And he's saying, this is how you can control me. I am unconquerable one. Krishna cannot be conquered by any means. with beauty, with riches, with opulence, with austerities. No, Krishna cannot be conquered. Even one have perfection in all those areas, cannot be conquered. That's why one of the name of Krishna is Ajit. Ajit means one who cannot be conquered. But that unconquerable one, if he wants to get conquered, who can stop him? As we heard yesterday in our class, if the president of the country is always have so many guards and driver, chauffeur, but if he himself wants to drive, who can stop him? His free will. Although Krishna is unconquerable word, but if he wants to get conquered, then who can stop him? But Krishna claims in Bhagavad Gita, I am equal to everyone. Samoham sarvoteshu name doshti asti name priya. I am equal to everyone, not enemy to anyone, no friends to anyone. So that's his first line. In the second line, he reveals his weakness. Je bhajan tu maam bhaktaya. But those who worship me, I'm naturally inclined towards them. Naturally, that's natural. We have many friends around us. They are friends, very good, but some are very intimate one, and we reveal our hearts to them. We feel like giving gifts to them and receiving gifts from them to maintain some relationship, and that's natural. So if Krishna is inclined towards devotees, that's natural because devotees always and always serve him. The center of their life is Krishna, and the sacrifices they do for Krishna. What is the sacrifices? Not going around with friends anymore. Very simple, basic sacrifices. Friends inviting, oh, let's go to club. I'm not interested. Why? Because I recently joined Krishna consciousness. Then you are bogus. Reject. You can't play cards with us. You can't drink with us. Bogus. You got spoiled. Then sacrifice of relatives. Relatives start rejecting that person. You are of not use because day and night you only speaking Krishna. So gradually get rejection from all sides, all corners. So nothing to worry about because we are trying to establish relationship with someone whose relationship is always permanent. All other relationships are temporary. That doesn't mean we have to be fanatic that rejection everyone in the family. No, we have to take care of our responsibilities as well. Not to be fanatic about this. But while performing all those responsibilities, making Krishna as the center. Just like Queen Kunti. She's aunt of Krishna. She said one very beautiful verse, the first canto Bhagavatam. Sne pashnam idam chindim dinam pandushu vrishnishu. She said, oh Krishna, destroy my attachment for my sons, Pandavas, and my relationship with Vrishnis, Yadavas. Krishna was surprised. Why are you saying like this? The entire world wants to establish a relationship with my devotees, Pandavas, and Pandavas are your sons, and you asking to destroy that relationship. Why? Kunti Devi said, you're not understanding what I'm saying. Krishna said, no, I didn't understood anything what you're saying. Then she elaborated, saying, I want to see my sons maintain relationship with my sons, considering they are your devotees. not as my sons. Samjhe? I want to see my 5 sons, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev, even though they are my sons, no doubt. But I want to see them as your devotee, not as my son. Means you are the center of my family. And because they are your devotees, I'm happily accepting them as my sons. But I don't want to create the attachment, don't want to develop the attachment that they are my sons, and every mother is attached to sons, to children. So imagine Kunti Devi, she has 5 sons, but she's not attached to them at all. If we see some attachment to them, that attachment is because of they are devotees of Krishna. That means in every activity, Krishna is the center. So in that case, she's also following renunciation. Renunciation is not only rejection. Renunciation means acceptance in broad sense. Renunciation is not rejection. Renunciation is acceptance. What acceptance? Krishna, accepting Krishna is my life and my soul. Anything related to Krishna is mine. Or whatever is mine, I will relate that to Krishna. That acceptance is called the best rejection, the best renunciation. So Kunti being mother of 5 sons, but she see the mood of Kunti as a renounced woman. She's renounced. But did she rejected her sons? No. She accepted her sons as the devotee of Krishna. That she want to establish a relationship with her 5 sons. As example of Shiva's Pandit, his son died. What happened if someone's sons die? Some son die, small baby. Person get mad. I've seen. Person get mad. There's nothing left in this world. Everything is empty now. What is the use of my life? And so much. Imagine Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing with his associates in the house of Shiva's Pandit. But Shiva's Pandit heard his wife crying and weeping. He heard some noise. He came out. Why are you crying? Mahaprabhu's getting disturbed with your noise. She said, our son died. Shiva's Pandit was not affected at all. Now seems like very unpolite. But the associates of Lord, they're established, they're fully established in that understanding. Whatever relationship we have is only because of Krishna is the center of our family. If Krishna has blessed us with a son, he has all rights to take the son back. That means even though they are family person, but they are detached from that family. They are not too much attached, like I say, material attachment. No material attachment. Shiva said, quiet, don't make noise. I don't want Mahaprabhu to get disturbed. But our son died. Shiva's Pandit said, if you don't listen to me, then I will also jump into Ganga, in the river Ganga, and I will also kill myself. Because I don't want any disturbance in the singing and dancing of my worshipable Mahaprabhu. You see, that's extreme of renunciation, even though he's a householder. Can we do this? No comparison. So it's not that he's unpolite or rude, but he's establishing something more important. Not rejecting his family, but accepting Mahaprabhu is the center of our family. is Bhagwan, is Lord who blessed us with a son. There's so many householders, they try so much, but they don't get any child. This is the blessing of Lord. If Mahaprabhu can bless us with a son, he has all rights to take back. Then what is the attachment about? One has to be attached to. This is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. Prapatti. I take shelter of the lotus feet of the mantra devta. That is called prapatti. So high. It's not that simple. Taking shelter of the mantra devta means taking shelter of the predominant deity of that mantra. Guru, mantra, Guru Gayatri. Taking shelter of Srila Gurudev, his teachings. Taking shelter of Mahaprabhu, Gaur mantra, Gaur Gayatri. Krishna mantra, Kam Gayatri. Gopal mantra, Kam Gayatri. Taking shelter of Krishna. This is called prapatti. In whatever proportion we surrender to them, we get equally reciprocated by them. That's the words of Krishna. Ye yatha mam pravadante tam sathe bhajamehum. This is called prapatti. Krishna, his dynasty is too vast. He married 16,108 queens. And from every queen, he got 11 children. Imagine how many. But they all fought with each other and they died. Krishna's least affected with that. Even his own grandsons and sons fighting with each other, he's not attached. He don't like attachments and he don't want his devotees to get attached. Because in Bhagavad Gita he's giving that knowledge. Every person is individual. Attachment comes because of coming along with each other. That means material attachment. Spiritual attachment is different. Husband, wife staying together, children staying together, but just believing that my husband or my wife or my children, I am with them because they are devotees of Krishna, then it is not attachment. Just by accepting this concept, they are devotee of Krishna, that's why I am attached to them. But that needs a very subtle and very deep understanding of this. Which is not possible. It's so difficult. Saying is different, practicing is totally different. Yes, my husband, my wife, they are devotees of Krishna, and that's why there's no harm. I'm attached to them. Are you sure? You're not attached to them. So can we act like Shiva's Pandit? If our child die, and Shiva's Pandit told his wife, no need to cry. You see? So it's easy to say, but it's difficult to follow. So, Prapatti, take shelter of the lotus feet of Mantra Devta. Guru Mantra, Namaha. I can't recite the mantra, but everyone knows. O Gurudev, I pay obeisances to you, or I take shelter of your lotus feet. Yasya prasada bhagavad prasado yasya prasada nagati kutopi dhayam stuvam tasya yasya trisandyam vande gurushi charanarvindam. By whose mercy one can very easily get the mercy of Krishna. And if he is not merciful, one cannot get mercy of Krishna. I remember my Gurudev, 3 conjunctions of day, morning, noon, and evening. But it's not only 3 conjunctions of the day and noon or evening. It's also every hour and every minute. Somebody asked question about Guru Puja. So we celebrate the appearance day of our Gurudev, and we also worship, certain occasions like Guru Purnima is coming soon. Guru Purnima? July. July 23rd. I will be in Florida. Guru Purnima. That's the day of worshipping one's Gurudev. Guru Purnima means the appearance day of Vyasadev, and all Gurudevs. I mean, it's a different topic, but we actually worship our Gurudev on Guru Purnima day. And we also worship Gurudev on his appearance day. We also worship him on his disappearance day. So that's it. Worshipping 3 days a year. Every day. Worship of Guru. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada is saying not every day, every hour. What does it mean? We just do arati to Gurudev every hour? No other business, no other work? It's not only meaning offering flowers or arati. Serving Gurudev means following the instructions of Gurudev. In that proportion, we are following the instruction of Gurudev, we are actually performing his Guru Puja. And yes, especially on those days, Guru Purnima, a disciple is supposed to worship one's Gurudev, and not only Gurudev, the entire Guru Parampara. But specifically on the appearance day of Gurudev, and disappearance means the day he got birth and when he left this planet, we worship him. And that is the day of remembering him. But ideal disciple is one who remembers one's Gurudev every single day. In the morning when we chant Guru Mantra and Guru Gayatri, as I mentioned yesterday, with so much attention. Vando mui savadhana mate. Gurudev, I worship you with so much attention, with careful, so that I can refrain from committing any offense to your lotus feet, because I am trying to surrender myself to you. So while chanting this mantra, we are performing Guru Puja. Remembering Gurudev. Remembering Gurudev means what? Dhimahi. Meditating on the form of my Gurudev. Yes, he had blue eyes. He was tall figure. He used to wear glasses. He used to sit in that posture. No. This is not Guru Puja. And this is not called meditation on one's Gurudev. The real meaning of meditating on Gurudev means always and always and always meditating how I can serve my Gurudev. How I can serve my Gurudev. So we come across many devotees, they beat the empty drum. One who has never ever served Gurudev, never ever associated with him, maybe 2, 3 times, but just trying to pose that, oh, there is no one like me. I serve my Gurudev so much. Just 2 or 3 occasions. But that's fine. There's no problem in that. But why I have to tell everyone, posing myself, that I'm very superior because Gurudev accepted sweet rice from my hands, or he accepted flower from my hands. And what is the outcome? What is the outcome? Am I contributing anything in the mission of my Gurudev? Am I surrendered myself to Gurudev? Or I'm just focused on maintaining my family only? What is my responsibility towards my Gurudev? I'm responsible. He's my father. He's my spiritual father. And as son takes all responsibilities to look after father or the business of father, a disciple supposed to take also this responsibility to take care of that business of father, means that mission of father. What is my contribution? That's called dhimahi, dhyan, while chanting mantra. That's Guru Puja. I may say, oh, there's so many times I was in Gurudev room and I used to massage him. So what? What is the outcome? I massage my Gurudev head, my massage Gurudev feet, whatever I did. Oh, I washed cloth for him. I cooked for him. Yes, it's true. Very lucky, very fortunate. But what is the outcome of that? That is something we have to check on. Is my bhakti growing? My mood of renunciation is getting deepened in my heart? No need to check anyone. We have to check ourselves. I have to check myself. Am I developing that attachment? Because yasya prasada bhagavad prasado? Or I'm not developing any attachment. So no matter in the presence of Gurudev, no matter how much I was with him, close proximity with him or whatever, but ultimately what is the outcome? This is something I am speaking about myself, not to pointing out anyone, to check on. What is the outcome of those services? That's something very important. This is called prapatti. Meditating on the mantra devata. Guru mantra, Guru Gayatri. That's mantra devata. That's why first we chant this. Then comes Gaur mantra, Gaur Gayatri. Now following the principles of Gaur Mahaprabhu. I spoke many times about this. Mahaprabhu said to his associate Mukunda Prabhu in the evening around sunset, when Mahaprabhu was teaching his students in Mayapur Dham, and Mukunda came without applying tilak on his forehead. And Mahaprabhu said, Mukunda, your sandhya is bandhya. Bandhya samajhte? Bandhya means, your sandhya means your chanting mantra goes in vain, went in vain. Because without tilak, you chanting mantras. Mahaprabhu is, I was in a retreat few days back, I was speaking on this point. Mahaprabhu is easygoing. But don't take Mahaprabhu easygoing. Worship of Mahaprabhu is easygoing. But Mahaprabhu himself is not easygoing. He's full of principles. And he's encouraging with only example, full following those principles. Mahaprabhu used to follow those principles. अपनी आचरण अपनी ना कोयले धर्म सिखाए ना जाए. Mahaprabhu himself is practicing then and preaching this. This is only one example, and there are many like that. Worship of Mahaprabhu is easy. Mahaprabhu don't take any offense. But this is not a concession that we can do whatever because Mahaprabhu is merciful, so he will take care of me. The worship of Mahaprabhu is simple, but Mahaprabhu is not easygoing. And then coming to the mantra devata of Krishna, oh Baba Re, he is very calculative. He is very calculative. Those, this is going to be very elaborate on this, but Prapatti means I take shelter of the lotus feet of mantra devta. This is called Prapatti. Taking shelter of mantra devta, we understood now when we chanting Guru mantra, Guru Gayatri, Gaur mantra, Gaur Gayatri, Krishna mantra, Kam Gayatri, 6 Gayatris, 6 mantras and 3 Gayatris. We chant every day. That means developing that mood of serving. Gurudev, I take refuge at your lotus feet. What does that mean? I just catch hold of your feet. What does that mean? Just touching him is enough. No. When we say we took shelter of your lotus feet means I'm ready to serve you. Service is everything. This is Prapatti. The fourth point, Sharnagati. I am a jiva which is suffering extremely, and therefore I surrender to the deity. This resolve is Sharnagati. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explaining the next point. Sharnagati means I am a jiva who is suffering extremely. Why am I suffering? This is the question. Ke ami, keno amar, jare paap trai. Who am I? Why I am suffering in this material world? This is a question Sri Sanatana Goswami asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That personality, Sri Sanatana Goswami, who is fully knowledgeable and fluent in so many languages, and he knows all the scriptures, the Shastras. So he said, I know everything, but who am I? He asking this question to Mahaprabhu. I'm a jiva and I'm suffering in this world. If anyone say, I'm not suffering at all, I'm very rich, I have family, I have all relatives with me, and I'm not suffering at all. In India, when I meet some people, they say like this, I'm not feeling any suffering. There's no suffering, everything going good. What is the best suffering? Not separation from Krishna. There is no feels of having separation from Krishna. That is suffering. Why I'm not feeling separation from Krishna? I'm averse to Krishna. What can be worse suffering than that? One who is my origin, one who is my object of worship and object of my love and everything. I have not developed any surrender or any love for Him. What can be worse suffering than that? Just to maintain my presidentship, I have to do politics and I have to do this and I have to do that. And if I become president for 4 years, to maintain that post, I have to do so much. But in the last, that post is taken over by someone else. And it applies to all the posts, not only the president of the country, but the president, the king of the demigods, heaven, or whatever it is. Averse. That's a worse suffering. I'm averse from Krishna. I've not developed a tinge of prem. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this mood of lamentation, he used to cry saying, Na prem gandho asti durape mai haro. I've not developed a tinge of love for you, O Krishna. Mahaprabhu is crying and weeping and saying this. Kandrami Sobhagya Prakashitum Vamshi Vilas Ananya Loka Vinam Vivati Yat Pran Patangaka Yatha. I have no tinge of love for Krishna. When whatever tears you are seeing in my eyes, that's just show off. Mahaprabhu is saying this. Because I'm not able to see Krishna. Where are you, Krishna? Where are you, Krishna? Mahaprabhu is running in all directions. Where are you, Krishna? Where are you, Krishna? That's not suffering. That's actually union with Krishna. I'm a jiva and I'm suffering with three tapas: Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, and Adhyatmic kaleshas. Three kind of calamities. You know that? Adi Deva kaleshas means those calamities given by demigods. Extreme snowfall, extreme hot, extreme cold, storm, hurricane, people dying, earthquake, given by demigods. Then Adi Bhautik, given by living entities. Some bacteria, some virus, troubling the entire world. This is Adi Bhautik Kalesha. Bacteria is living. Virus is living, it's a soul. It's not dead matter. Troubling everyone in the entire world. This is Adi Bhautik Kaleshas. And everyone get affected directly or indirectly. Then there is Adhyatmic Kaleshas, which one get from one's own ignorance. So I am a jiva, infinite. I'm a jiva with some limitations. And I'm getting troubled by these three kaleshas. What is the remedy? What is the remedy? Brahman Brahmite Kaun Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. After wandering in this universe for infinite life and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. In one lifetime, one come across a spiritual master. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. And one received these blessings from Gurudev, receiving the seed of bhakti in the heart. That's the only remedy to get out from this ignorance of that I am the one who's suffering. I am not suffering. I'm not suffering means if I have this knowledge, I am this soul, soul has no suffering. But because Dehatma Buddhi, because I believe I am body, and that's why I am feeling suffering. Soul has no suffering. Soul is Satchidanandamai. Body is dead matter. So what is the idea of suffering coming from? Mind. That's the storehouse of feelings. Mind feels suffering. So by meditating on the mantra devata, Gurudev, and getting this knowledge, the transcendental knowledge, which is the meaning of the word, definition of the word diksha, receiving transcendental knowledge from Gurudev, one get qualified to understand all these sufferings is around me is not to my soul. It's suffering is a body, and I'm not that body. So why I have to feel suffer? Why I have to suffer? I mean, because of this strong sword of knowledge, which helps us in cutting that ignorance. And this knowledge is can only be acquired in association. And that's why we always pray for higher association. We always pray for higher association. This is the process. I am a jiva who is suffering extremely, and therefore I surrender to the deity. Deity means the mantra devata. This resolve is Sharanagati. Okay. Next point we'll hear tomorrow. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.